Aman Arts, and we're doing a demo here today in Star, Idaho, and we are working on rust and corrosion. So what did you learn so far about your corrosion using granulating paints? Someone give me a thought.
Don't overwork it.
Don't overwork it. You need the granulation to do its job. Something else. Can you mix colors?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm going to give you a couple thoughts here. We've got two of them going, so they're kind of at different stages. We just did this ring, and now we're going to come back and do a nail. And then we're also going to come back to this one with a little bit of a thought of a lifting technique, possibly. We'll kind of see how we come on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and use a smaller brush because I've got a little smaller area. And I'm going to take Payne's Gray, and I'm just going to put an essence of color, which means, and did I put water first?
No.
No.
No, but I just decided right now I need to put a little more water in, and I'm going to let that run down. So is all the white gone from the paper?
No.
No, there's a little bit of color. And then I'm going to layer up here. This was where we did that correction. I'm going to come up here and put the gray in, the Payne's Gray in, and just draw that in. Now, is there any dimension to that nail right now?
No.
No. So as that dries, what we will do is we'll come back and we'll come up with some defining up here. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this dry for a minute. I'm going to do a little bit defining. Okay, how much changed right there?
A lot.
A lot. So does value make a difference?
Yeah.
Lights and darks make a difference. And then the person who painted this, which is me, instead of getting that more oval, see how round that is? That's not correct. It needs to be more ovaled. So it's my painting. I can fix it. So if I oval that out and come down a little bit wider nail, I will be able to correct that to be the right shape. So it's not working yet. It will. Can you see the stages it's at?
Right.
Do you see this?
Yes.
That's going to be darker because of the corrections we made. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to go darker underneath. So we're going to let that sit for a minute. And because we don't want to damage the painting underneath, we're going to set something as a barrier so that I don't scratch that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that in here on our reference, see where it's lit?
Yes.
Okay, so right in there, I'm probably going to go darker in here. So let's do a dark one right here so you can see how far I'm going to go with the darkness. And then over here, I'm going to show you how some things can be lifted. So as I would do this, would I put water first?
Are you going to lift?
For the lift or for the dark?
For darker. Let's do the darker.
No.
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 Why would I not put water first?
Because your paint will come up.
Because I would be talking to the paint, the paper to be lifting. So this is a granulating paint, and I'm going to put a little bit of lunar black at the top, and it's a little bit more of the burnt sienna, hematite. No, burnt scarlet, isn't it? Burnt scarlet.
Yeah.
Okay, and on the unders. What do I mean by on the unders?
The shadow.
The underneath of the ring. So I'm going to drag this down. Is it starting to be a difference of value here?
Yes.
Okay, right here, I'm just going to take water and extend it up. Did that keep that turned? Let's take that little drip of water off. Do you see where it's running? Okay, so if I had dark up in that little spot there, would that have worked as well?
No.
No. So let's come down here, and then same thing here. What do I do here?
You want it lighter.
We want it lighter, because if it stays the same value, I haven't got the turn in the piece of the metal. So you see how it bends?
Right.
Right here, it's bending, it's coming down, and it's starting to be, it could be a little darker there maybe, and then it's bending, and then I'll put the little ring on the end. So you're getting the curvature by not only the difference in the color of the paint, but the value, how light and dark it is. So I'm going to continue to build these things up, but for the sake of next steps, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how you can get this lit back. If this were dry, can I come back and get that lifted out later?
Yes.
Yes. So what we're going to do is this going to probably go darker
Probably.
a bit. But let's do some lifting so you can see how it is, and then I can always surround that line, can't I? I can kind of come around that line so that I've got it being dark alongside it. So if I'm going to do a lift, what do I want to do?
Wet it first.
Wet it first.
And wait 10 seconds.
And wait 10 seconds. So what we're going to, and this is not a correction, This is a technique similar to a correction, but this I haven't changed my mind and made a correction. This is part of the technique to get that light lit area. So am I going to take on the whole thing at once?
No.
No.
we're gonna
That was a
leave
trick
it.
question, wasn't it? Okay, so water, maybe 1.5 inches or so. And I know this paint is a granulating paint. I know this particular color from experience. So